Now, most people would have picked Darkstalkers for their Halloween fighting game of choice, but given my lack of experience with Darkstalkers and my tendency to do the unexpected, we're instead going to be talking about Killer Instinct. Specifically, the 2013 semi-reboot of the series. Now, the main question here is, does it qualify? And honestly, I'll have to say yes. Let's take a look at the roster, shall we? Yeah, you have your fighting game staples such as your boxer, your Asian martial artist, your special forces agent, and your head of an evil corporation, who happens to be also a killer robot. Well, how about that? But outside of that, we have a lot of your typical horror and monster movie baddies. We have the skeleton pirate Spinal, a really, and I do mean really creepy Japanese ghost girl in Hisako, aliens thanks to Glacius and guest characters Arbiter and General Ram, two more evil robots in Fulgore and Kilgore, a few demons, a vampire, a werewolf, and even a mummy, zombie, sorcerer, whatever Kanra is. And of course Sadira. Yeah, she's not particularly related to any horror trope, but she is part spider and a cold-blooded assassin, and that combination gives me the creeps. And on the flip side we have a monster hunter and an immortal Viking caveman guy. Yeah, Tusk's origin is kind of vague. Something tells me the devs may have been trying to make a spiritual successor to Darkstalkers. Anyways, roster aside, the game is pretty solid. Every character has their own distinct playstyle, but what sets Killer Instinct apart is just how aggressive it is. The fast combos available to a lot of the characters make it so standing still and trying to wait for an opening that you can capitalize on and punish your opponent isn't going to work. Here, it's do or die. Get in there, and get in there fast. Even the Zoner characters follow this gameplay trend, which was pretty surprising. Yeah, it can seem a little daunting at first, but you'll get the hang of it. Oh, and the ultra combos are just amazing as you rhythmically beat down your opponent, each hit playing a note of a specific tune unique to each character. My favourites belonging to Jago, Kim Woo, and Glacius. And of course we have the game's stages and soundtrack, which are a visual and auditory treat. Each stage perfectly fitting the character it comes from, and each has tons of hidden details in the background, and a fair number of them fitting the whole Halloween and spooky aesthetic. Hisako stage featuring ghostly outlines showing what these ruined buildings used to look like, and having one of the creepiest stage altars in the game. Sadira is having a giant spider in the background, and Saberwolf and Kanra stages being one giant love letter to your classic monster movies, with Saberwolf nailing the whole gothic horror look perfectly, and Kanra's looking like something out of The Mummy. And of course the soundtrack is amazing. Mick Gordon and his replacements of Season 3, those being Atlas Plug and Celldweller, are straight up musical geniuses. Each character theme has its own distinct style, there's a ton of different genres being used, and each fits its character perfectly. My personal favourites are the themes of Fulgore, Tusk, Spinal, Mira, and Hisako. Right then, if you'll excuse me, I have some more Killer Instinct to play.